Good evening and welcome back to the Rory Talks Football channel, your daily Arsenal news updates, debates, and my opinions. If you're new to the channel, please do subscribe. We're like 2 away from 11,100, so if you could just get me over that, that'd be fantastic. And if you could click that like button as well, I would be incredibly grateful. It is roasting hot here in the UK, even though it's not actually hot. And everyone will go, oh, well, it's only 23 degrees, and where I am, it's 28 degrees, and it's not even hot. In the UK, it is roasting. I am roasting. But there is a lot to talk about today. I don't know why, there's just a lot to talk about today. So we're going to get into it. Obviously, not straight after this. At 7:45, I will be going live over on Tifo. The link to Tifo is down in the description. We'll be live for the watch-alongs of the whatever group it is that's playing. Group B, isn't it? It's Group B tonight. So Albania against Spain and Croatia against Italy. Look, last night's watch-along was unbelievable. The absolute drama of it. So would love to see you come and join us over on Tifo. But let's get into it. VV Vlad's here, Trixie, Layla, Hyper Protagonist, Jacob, Floki, Anubrata, K, Sportcat, Saliba, Ethan Udal, Jakob, Cringe, Pekka, and Hannah, Ultra Pro Gamer, and many, many more. Ryan's here as well. Good to see you. But yeah, I apologize if I just slowly melt during this live stream. But there's not a lot I can do. Just don't have aircon. Don't have aircon. So, have you seen the tweet for Pletigol about Guirassy? Yes, I have. We will be talking about that. I mean, there is genuinely a lot to talk about. So, kicking things off with the big sort of new link, I suppose, someone that we've not really been linked to before. This came from there were multiple Spanish outlets, which gives it a bit more credibility. It came from Sport. It came from Deportivo Mundo, I think they're called. But basically, Mikel Arteta wants to sign Mikel Merino from Real Sociedad, no matter what, in their own words, this summer. He's already called the player to convey the big plans that he has for him. Merino is seduced by a potential move, while Sociedad feel that all roads lead towards a transfer for around 25 million euros. So around 25 million euros, which, I mean, in today's market is relatively cheap, probably because you're talking about a 28-year-old with 1 year left on his contract. You know, there's not a huge amount of value left in his deal at Real Sociedad. Obviously, it's interesting because we had been focused on Zubimendi for about 18 months. Zubimendi, of course, at Real Sociedad as well. Now, from what I can... And the thing is, I'm annoyed now because most of the times where I've watched Sociedad play, obviously you try and focus on everyone, but I've been more fixated on watching Zubimendi. And as you know, I was never hugely impressed by that. But maybe we're actually after Merino after all. He plays further forward than Zubimendi normally, so if they were both playing... The dog is going crazy. She is not enjoying the heat either. Hang on, let me let the dog out before she boils in here. Go on, freedom. Freedom. Honestly. We'll have the RSPCA around, like when you leave the dog in the car. That's the sort of heat I'm dealing with. Anyway, Zubimendi, when they both play, traditionally, Zubimendi plays as a 6 with 2 8s ahead of him. And Merino is normally the left 8 in that. So, effectively, you are looking at, imagine, I guess, if you had a Declan Rice and then you have an Erdegaard and a Merino. That's the sort of role that traditionally he plays for Sociedad, so it would definitely be an 8 rather than a 6 that we'd be going for. I mean, as always, we will have a look at some... we'll try and find some greenery. We will try and find some greenery. One stat I did see, and like I said, I'm not going to pretend to know a huge amount about Merino. He's knocked around the place. He was actually at Newcastle at one point. He was at Newcastle at one point, but it didn't go well for him. This is nice. I mean, defensively, and I mean, that's unbelievable, really. How tall is he? He's not even that tall. Wait, is this showing... it's because it's showing it fucking Euro 2024. I don't want to see you. Right, this will be different. No, that still hasn't even changed. I don't know. Anyway, if we come down here, is there greenery? Yes, there is. Greenery up in terms of scoring goals. And from not many shots, by the way, clinical. Do you know what that says? When these are low and these are high, you're looking at clinicality. When these are high and these are low, you're looking at Doku. Do you know what I mean? Creativity, not brilliant. That, honking, really. For a central midfielder, that is honking. That's not ideal. Outside of that, yeah, I mean, he's not the most creative. Possession, Don't mind this too much. Takes a decent amount of touches. You obviously, look, as always, you've got to bear in mind how Sociedad play. And then this is exceptional in terms of winning duels. And that was the one stat that I saw. Yeah, Merino won more duels than any other player in any of the top 7 leagues in Europe last season. Max, good to see you. Yeah, so he's an absolute duel winner. Now, if you can improve that passing accuracy a little bit, you've got someone that, alongside Declan Rice, is a bit of a duel monster. So aerial duels won as well, unbelievably high, over 60%. His passing stats are low because he's a very forward-thinking mindset, possibly. But then, like, his chance creation isn't huge. So that's what I would bear in mind. Look, if this was low, but this was high, I'd be like, okay, he's a, you know, he is like a Bruno Fernandes, right? A high risk, high reward passer of the ball, but it doesn't really look like he is that either. So, I mean, his long ball accuracy is not. Do you know what? Just stick to long balls. Just stick to long balls. But like I said, I've not seen a huge amount of him play. Maybe there is an explanation for that stat being so low. I'm sure it's something he can work on. But outside of that, I mean, that's crazy. I like that. Recoveries is big as well. Possession one in the final third's big. So, look, it's an interesting player. I mean, fundamentally, if you're looking at a player for... By the way, did someone say how tall that is? 6 foot tall? 6'2". Is that 6'2", is it? Yeah, that's quite tall for a central midfielder, I suppose. Similar to Declan Rice, no? For 25 million euros, you know, if you're talking under 20 million quid, that's not a bad squad player. You know, would I be looking at him to come in and start? Probably not. But as a squad player, I don't mind it too much. So that is Mikel Merino. Does Mikel Arteta just want to sign him because they've got the same name and they're both Spanish? Who knows? Who knows? But Mikel Arteta does love a dual winner. So, and he is definitely a dual winner. I can only imagine going in for him if we're going big on the attack, or if he's not the main midfielder that we want. But we want, I think realistically, if Partey goes, we need 2 midfielders. So if one of those midfielders was him, no problem. 2 team of the season cards. He has had back-to-back team. He has what? You're right. He has had back-to-back team of the season cards on FIFA. So he must be good. You know, he must be good. What's going on about Gyökeres? Are we getting him or not? Well, I mean, we don't know for certain yet. The Gyökeres update is this. This came from Fabrizio Romano via Caught Offside. So it was from Fabrizio's mouth. But, you know, when Fabrizio says things on other people's channels, it's one thing. When he tweets it out himself, obviously that gives it a bit more credence. Anyway, Victor Gyökeres is a concrete possibility for Arsenal in case they decide to sign a striker. So I don't really know what that means. But if we do go for a striker, according to Fabrizio, Victor Gyökeres is a concrete possibility. It's not quite Leonino in terms of soothing me. But that is what Fabrizio is saying about. Do you know what? The main thing here is that Victor Gyökeres is still in the conversation when it comes to Arsenal. It is a whole lot of nothing, really. Ethan, you are right. It is a whole lot of nothing, really. But it is good that he's still in the conversation, because that means it's not been leaked at any point that Arsenal are not interested in him. So we'll take it. We'll take it. Other things today, other interesting bits of news today. Arsenal announced officially that Carl... By the way, one for you to learn that I learned today during his announcement video. It's Carl Hayne. Our goalkeeper is called Carl Hayne, not Carl Hein. I always called him Carl Hein. He said it himself in his announcement video. He said, "Hi guys, Carl Hayne here." So he's Carl Hayne. Anyway, he announced, it was announced today that he has signed a new contract with the club. Some people think he might go out on loan because he wants first team football. I'm worried that he won't be able to go out on loan because we haven't got enough goalkeepers at the club. But nonetheless, it is like the club wanted to keep him, so it's a good thing that we've kept him. No one cares about Karl-Heinz Baines, but you will care about him when David Raya gets injured and we've got no other goalkeepers. So, you know, it might be important. Thoughts on the fee potentially rising to 120 million euros? I would love Gyökeres, but that seems too high for me. It's fine. If that's performance-based, if there's ever a performance-based fee, if it's 90 million euros and then performance-based bonuses, as long as those performance-based bonuses aren't too easy in terms of just appearances, if it's for like winning the Champions League, then happy days. That's what Man City do with all of their players, and it's why when Man City do well, which they do quite a lot, their wage bill is astronomical once they include all of the bonuses that they've got. But it would work. It would work. Other bits of news. This came from Calcio Mercato today. Doesn't directly link to Arsenal, but Napoli are now willing to evaluate any offers of 100 million euros for Victor Osimhen, a figure well below his current release clause. So that's 30 million euros below his release clause. There are no concrete offers on the table, but Osimhen dreams of playing in the Premier League. And this is exactly what I said would happen. Fabrizio's a tap-in merchant. Well, I'm an Ornstein man myself, but no, this is what I said would happen with Osimhen. Once Chelsea are not at the table, the price drops. It's as simple as that. No one is going to spend 130 million euros on Victor Osimhen. And do you know what? It wouldn't surprise me if that price drops even further over the summer if no one's in for him. Napoli have to sell him. Napoli have to sell him. Love not getting notified you were live. F YouTube. I swear you were in the chat before I went live. Anyway, good to see you. His price could drop even lower than that. And maybe that's something that Arsenal are keeping an eye on. How low will the price drop? Because there is a point with Osimhen where the price reaches a level where you're like, that's just good. That is good. Osimhen smells like a Lukaku to me. Not necessarily. He's going to PSG. Maybe, but then he dreams of playing in the Premier League, which gives any Premier League club an advantage over him. If Osimhen goes to 70, 80, we have to go for it. Yeah. Well, I mean, 100 million euros is what, 80 million quid? You're basically at that point, you are in the same ballpark as Gyökeres at that point. You are and at that point, do you start questioning who's worth more money, Osimhen or Gyökeres? Osimhen also has an attitude problem. That's fine. That's fine. Attitude problems are fine. People said that Trossard had an attitude problem before he joined Arsenal. No problem. For Arteta, if Arteta signs a player, he's confident that whatever attitude problems there are, he'll be fine with. I honestly think Osman, Isak, or Gyökeres are the three. Yeah, that's fair. I don't think we're going to get Isak. I don't think it's possible, but that is fair. Other news today. This came from Pletigol, and it came from what's his name? It's like Fisk or something. No, what's his name? He's some German fella anyway. Arsenal are in the race to sign Serhou Guirassy, who has informed Stuttgart that he wants to leave the club this summer. Guirassy has a release clause worth 14.8 million quid. His release clause is basically 15 million quid. But there is a high... Well, so he has two different release clauses. There's one release clause if you're a German club. If you're not a German club, the release clause is a bit higher. Not much higher, but a bit higher. So, look, apparently there's multiple clubs in the race for Guirassy. I mean, again, I don't think we've had a gander at Guirassy on here before, so we'll go and have a look. We'll go and have a look at Guirassy. One thing about Guirassy, obviously, he's 28 years old, right? He's 28 years old, and I do question if he's a one-hit wonder, a one-season wonder. Now, this is unbelievable, right? Of course. And this is actually shown for Bundesliga. Come down here. I mean, that's remarkably good. This is very good, you know. Over 80% pass accuracy for a striker is decent. You know, this is nice. Sets goals up. I mean, how many assists did he actually get in total? How many assists did he get in total? 2. Oh, okay. 28 goals, though. 28 goals. 28 goals in 25 games is, 25 starts, 28 games in total. It is bloody impressive. Touches, decent, comfortable on the ball. Touches inside the opposition box, nice. This doesn't really matter. This is the only thing I'd say. This is the only thing I'd say. Can he press? But the way that Stuttgart play, again, I don't know if really pressing is part of their game. But that's the only thing he'd really need to improve at Arsenal. Aerial duels decent. Duels one in general decent. So look, my only concern is that he's a one-season wonder. What's he actually done previously? You can't see it because I've gone onto a different tab now. But What has he actually done previously? So obviously this season, fantastic, right? In previous seasons, it's just nowhere near the same. So this season, well, it's not awful. This last season he got 22-23, he scored 20. Oh no. That was I nearly made a clerical error there. I was looking at appearances. Yeah. So okay, so last season he scored 11 goals in 22 Bundesliga games. So a goal every other game. This season it was 28 and 28. So he doubled his output per game this season. Ligue 1, 9 goals in 37 games in Ligue 1 in 21-22. Season before that, 10 goals in 27 games. Season before that, 9 goals in 23 games. And before that, he never scored more than 10 goals in a season. So that makes you wonder, really. Is he just a one-season wonder? I think so. Well, you'll never know. You'll never know for sure. But it's not an upgrade. It's just not, it just doesn't feel like an upgrade in any way, shape, or form. Like, even compared to that, I'd rather go and get I'd even rather go and get a Xerxes. At least the Xerxes is young. You know, this guy's 28. So he's an average striker who had an unbelievable season, overperforming his XG. He's exactly what we don't need at Arsenal. Yeah, if you actually look at his XG, if I bring it back up, if you actually look at his XG was 20, just over 20, and he scored 28. I mean, it's still not bad, but yeah, probably not for me. Probably not for me. So that's him. What other news was there today? Gazzetta Italia. This came from Gazzetta Italia today. Juventus have cooled their interest in Riccardo Calafiori. Jakub Kiwior is now a concrete target for them. So we've seen previously that AC Milan were interested in Jakub Kiwior. Juventus now also interested in Jakub Kiwior. Interestingly, if Juventus have cooled their interest in Calafiori, they come in for Kiwior. We go and get Calafiori? Maybe. I don't know. Will you be watching Spain tonight as Raya is starting? I didn't realize Raya was starting. I'll be watching both. If you were watching the watch along last night, you'll know I have one game on that screen and I have one game on this screen. So I'll be watching both games either way. Obviously, we'll be watching Jorginho for Italy as well. So take Kiwior and we'll get Calafiori as his replacement. Yeah, I mean, that would be decent. Pay the money or they can fuck off. This is always the issue, right? Yesterday's watch along was good. I appreciate it. It was. I enjoyed it. This is the issue with selling to Italy. Italian clubs don't spend money. So whether it's Juve or AC Milan, I just can't see us getting the money that we should get for Kiwior if he goes that way. Other bits of news doesn't directly relate to Arsenal, but according to Sport in Spain, Barcelona will listen to offers for İlkay Gündoğan. Because of their FFP situation. I'll tell you what, I always said I really was interested in Gündoğan last summer. But I said at the time, there's no way that we get him off City, right? There's no way he moves to Arsenal from City. But could he move to Arsenal from Barcelona? Now, it may be that he would never go to another Premier League club because of his links to City, right? But if that was available, Gündoğan would be sensational. He would be sensational. Didn't he go for free? Yeah, he went for free. But so you know what I was saying? I don't know if you were here yesterday, but yesterday I was saying it's all well and good waiting for a player to go for free, but then everyone's competing for wages, so you end up paying crazy wages. So Gündoğan's on very high wages at Barca, and obviously that ties into the FFP situation. So he went for free, but it was expensive. Yeah. I think most people would take him. I think most people would take Gündoğan. He'd be brilliant for us. I've started to want Kante. Look, it's one of those. I hear it because you look at Kante at the Euro so far and you just think, I mean, that would be brilliant. But don't lose sight of what he was at the end of his Premier League career. which was very injury prone, struggled to play multiple matches in a row. Like, international football is still less intense than club football. Age profile wrong? No, yeah, but I don't mind age profile if it's like, you know, Jorginho, right? Having a couple of those experienced players, I don't mind it. It's only when you get to the, you know, with Jorginho leaving next summer, I think there's room for people like that. Yeah, there is a watch along. We'll be live at 7:45 over on Tifo. Link is down in the description. By the way, if you haven't already clicked the like button, there's over 200 of you in the live stream. If you could get me to 100 likes, just 100 likes, a mere 100 likes, I would be incredibly grateful. Thoughts on Gallagher replacing Trent in the England team tomorrow? Shambolic. Absolutely shambolic. Thoughts on the 28-year-old Spanish midfielder we've been linked to? Jellybelly, I've spoken about him already. If you go back to the start of the stream, basically, spent about 5 or 10 minutes talking about him, going through his stats and stuff. So rather than repeating it all. Yeah, Gallagher replacing Trent's just so negative. It's so negative. Doesn't really fix what I think are the problems. You know, yes, I don't think Trent's been brilliant in midfield, but I'm not sure that Gallagher fixes that problem anyway. For me, Wharton would have done, or just dropping Bellingham deeper. The big issue is playing Foden off the left. We're still going to be playing Foden off the left. I don't get it. I don't get it. But there we go. That's one for Gareth Southgate. Could you show the people why we're Team Gyökeres, please? I mean, surely the people know why we're Team Gyökeres, but we can do it. We can very quickly. We'll just, you know, sometimes it's nice just to go and this is why we're Team Gyökeres. This is why we're Team Gyökeres, baby. And this one's the big one, the chance creation and touches. This is why. I mean, look at it. It's just absolute utter filth. It's filth. All of it. All of it is filth. All of it. Look at it. Look, pass accuracy is the only one that's not. But outside, even that for a striker isn't awful. The chance creation. It's just, even down here, it's everything. It's everything. It's just green on green. You know? 29 goals and 10 assists. It's this. It's the assists. It's the link-up play. It's the... Perfect. But there you go. That's why we're Team Gyökeres. I swear if Palmer still doesn't get minutes, even off the bench, I'll actually run riot. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. No, I think Southgate will give him minutes purely because of the pressure. As time goes on, I more and more think that Southgate genuinely does bend to the pressure in the media. So it would not surprise me at all if Palmer ends up. Anyway, let's have a quick look at the starting lineups. I didn't realize David Raya would be starting, so that is interesting. It is indeed. Raya in goal. Merino starting as well, so there we go. We will be on Merino watch. I mean, literally Merino and Zubimendi. So we'll be on Raya watch. Navas, Vivian, Laporte, Grimaldo, Merino, Zubimendi, Torres, Olmo, Oyarzabal, and is it me or is that a really like weakened team? That's massively changed from their first two games, right? Is it because they've basically already won the group? Is that because they've basically just already won the group? Because that's crazy. The Albania team: Strakosha, Baliu, Jim City, Ajeti, Mitaj, Aslani, Ramadani, Lachi, Asani, Manaj, and Bajrami. You know, well-known players. So that's that team. And then over here, this is going to be the more interesting game, in my opinion. This is the main game I'm going to be focusing on, just because I think it's more interesting. Livakovic, Stanisic, Sutalo, Pongracic, Gvardio, Kovacic, Sucic. Who's always talking about Luka Sucic? We're on Luka Sucic watch for whoever that is. Kramaric and Pasalic. For Italy, Donnarumma, Di Lorenzo, Bastoni, Calafiori, DeMarco and Damian, Barella, Jorginho, Pellegrini, Raspadori, and Retegui. So there you go. Retegui, isn't it? Probably Retegui rather than Retegui. But there you go. Interesting. Albania will cook. Yeah, we'll see. Is there any way that Spain don't finish top? No, yeah, because realistically, for Spain not to finish top, they'd have to lose And they'd have to lose 4 goal difference on Italy. No, 5 goal difference on Italy because they won the head-to-head. So, yeah, Spain are basically already qualified top. So that makes sense. I am Luka Sukic #1 fan. Well, there you go. We will be watching. Gyökeres is the only sensible option left, considering the money involved. I don't disagree. Ratatouille. Palmer hype is annoying. Why does he get minutes when Saka, Foden, and Jude are in the team? I think it's worth it. Well, it's more about when Saka goes off. It's more about, is Palmer better than Saka? Is Palmer better than Bowen? Is the question, really. If Albania and Croatia win, Italy are out. Crazy. I don't think Croatia will beat Italy. We'll see, though. Calafiori looks and defends like a young Nesta. Bring him to the carpet. He does look good. Yeah. It'd be an interesting one to see if he moves. A lot of teams are interested in, though. Seeing United fans want him. United fans want every centre-back under the sun, though, in fairness. Any England fans should want all players to do well, no matter the team. I agree. I've been trying to say this to people. People start having a go at me about my opinions when it comes to England, but they're coming at it from a club perspective. And I'm like, I couldn't give a shit what club they play for. I'm supporting England. I don't care about club fucking anything. At this point, all I'm interested in is England doing well. And I will say what I believe is the best for England. So there you go. Their record against Italy is good. Croatia's, yeah. I mean, it's going to be it's going to be an interesting game. Come and join the watch along. Tifo down in the description. How many times can I plug it in one stream? Who knows? Just don't let the rivalry get the better of yourself for just 1 month. Yeah, exactly. I'd play Palmer over Foden in the England team. Foden is a brilliant player, but he sabotages the spacing and tactics of the English squad. Well, I'd quite like to just see a midfield of Rice, Bellingham, and Foden, to be honest. I don't know why we're not seeing that. Rice, Bellingham, Foden, with Bellingham doing a bit more defensive work, Gordon or someone off the left, and then you can bring Palmer in for Foden. They both get minutes. But it's just not happening. Will you be going to the Emirates Cup games this summer? I will. In fact, actually, if you've not already seen, Arsenal officially announced the 2 Emirates Cup games for the summer, obviously both at the Emirates. We play against Bayer Leverkusen on Wednesday, the 7th of August. I think it's a 6 p.m. kickoff. And then we play Lyon on Saturday, the 11th of August at, I believe, 2 p.m. The tickets start going on sale tomorrow if you are a gold or platinum member. For red members, they go on sale on Thursday. For your section, so if you're a red member, at 11 a.m. on Thursday, they go on sale. At 11 a.m. on Friday, they're then not on sale. So you have a 24-hour window to get your tickets. Sorry, Sunday the 11th. Sunday the 11th, not Saturday the 11th. Apologies. So yeah, you've got a 24-hour window. The tickets are around about 30 quid. They're kind of, assuming you don't want club level, they're between like 25 and 40, basically. So there you go. We'll be welcoming back Lacazette, Granit Xhaka. It'll be fun. What do you do in international tournaments when the games are being played at the same time? I watch one on that screen and I watch one on this screen. So I watch them both. Australia so close to being knocked out of the T20 World Cup. Crazy. Who by? What, are Afghanistan going to overtake them? Oh, and Maitland-Niles. And Ainsley Maitland-Niles. How could I forget? Yeah, if you're a junior gunner or a concession, it's half price, basically. So, lovely. Unfortunately, I am not. So, that's sad. The Xhaka Lacazette reunion. Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, they're not all going to be on the pitch at the same time, but there you go. So, yeah, and then, I mean, really, this is what I was thinking about, right? So the actual first game of our preseason is, actually, I might be able to find it on here. I can't remember the exact. So we start the preseason in America, right? We might even play a game before we go to America that we don't know about yet. But as it stands, the first preseason friendly is on the 28th of July. and that's against Manchester United. 2 a.m. it kicks off in the UK, which is frustrating. Then we play on Thursday, the 1st of August, against Liverpool, also in America. That kicks off at 2:30 a.m. in the UK, so that's also annoying. But I was thinking about it, right? The 28th of July is basically just over a month away. That's like 34 days away from Arsenal playing against Man United. 34 days. That's all we've got left. And then after that, you've got you've got those games. Then you've got the game on the 6th against Leverkusen. You've got the game on the 11th against Lyon. And then we play on the 17th against Wolves in the opening game of the season. So we're basically back. We're back. Those dates are wrong. Oh, those dates are wrong. That's what it says on FootMob. What are the actual dates? Wait, bear with me. I don't want to give out false information. Let me double check. What are the actual dates? Okay, I don't know what the actual dates are. So, RIP. What are the actual dates then? Has anyone posted the actual dates? Okay. Oh no, sorry. So it's no, they are the right dates. They are the right dates. No, I was right. Happy days. So yeah. So basically, just realised I'm 17 minutes behind. No worries, John. When you see this eventually, John, in 17 minutes' time, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. The FOTMOB time is an hour ahead of the UK time, so not as bad on the sleep. Maybe 27th and 31st. No, but it's not. It's not because it's in the early hours of the morning. So yeah. So in America, okay. Sorry, in America, it's on the 27th and the 31st. In the UK, because we'll have already been in the early hours of the morning at that point, it's the 28th and the 1st. I apologize. There we go. We've cleared that up. But yeah, and so that's basically it. So we're 34 days away from seeing Arsenal play again. And after that, Arsenal basically play every few days until the start of the season. We're back. And we've still got, we've still got the Euros and Copa America. So happy days. No, Hannah, it's not your fault. It's technically my fault because in reality, you are right. I was just going by the UK times. Did you see that Karl-Heinz signed a new deal? Yes, he has. It's good. Arsenal wanted him to sign a new deal. He signed a new deal. Whatever happens to him next season, I think he'll end up being our second choice keeper because I think we're going to lose Ramsdale. But is Mikel Merino a top player or a squad depth player? Squad depth. 100%. 100%. If we got Merino and didn't sign another midfielder on top of that, I would say that's a bad window. Like, he's a good midfielder. He doesn't raise the level of the starting lineup. He barely raises the level of the depth. If you're comparing him to Partey, Jorginho, or the issue is we haven't got another 8, right? And he's an 8, not a 6. So in that sense, okay, it's an upgrade on like El Neni or Sambi Lukonga, even though they're kind of both 6s as well. Point is, it's not really, it's not good enough, basically. He's good, but he's not good enough. That's crazy when you put it like that. 34 days will fly by, especially with the Euros on until the 24th of July. Yeah, Euros finishes on the 24th of July. We play on the 27th/28th, 2 weeks later. That's it. So you'll have to see it. We're 40 likes from 115 likes. Come on, please do click the like button. 260 of you in here. Sensational. We've potentially got 2 weeks of Southgate ball to survive before we're back. Basically. So you think Arsenal don't sign a replacement for Rambo going? I don't know. I've got a weird feeling about it. We'll see. But yeah. And then, oh, by the way, there was one other thing that Fabrizio said today. This was about Mikel Arteta. Obviously, we are still waiting for Mikel Arteta to sign a new contract. Technically, Mikel Arteta is out of contract still next summer. Fabrizio said, I think we will know soon. I don't think it's going to be long. Arsenal already had some conversations with the agents of Arteta, and they're quite relaxed because they are very happy with Arteta, and Arteta is very happy at Arsenal. They all believe together in this project for the present and for the future. So this is why they're not in a rush. Obviously, they want to get it done as soon as possible, but they feel Arteta is not entertaining talks with any other club. He only wants to focus on the Arsenal project, and Arsenal are more than happy with him. So I think it's just a matter of time before they will meet again. They can fix the details of the contract, but the initial contract talks already took place. So there you go. Nothing to worry about as it stands on the future of Mikel Arteta. By the way, interesting bit of trivia, Joshua Kimmich doesn't have an agent. If you want to, he represents himself. So if you want to sign Joshua Kimmich, you've got to get Joshua Kimmich on the blower. You literally have to ring him. I find that crazy. So he's fully like, okay, if I leave Bayern, I want one of these 5 clubs. And these 5 clubs can negotiate directly with me. I rate that so highly. Wild, not even a family member? No, not even a family member. Just represents himself. And then probably negotiates agent fees for himself as well. Okay, so you can pay me this much in a salary. I also want £5 million in agent fees paid directly to my agent, Joshua Kimmich. So there you go. What did Fabrizio say? Fabrizio said about Gyökeres, Victor Gyökeres is a concrete possibility for Arsenal in case they decide to sign a striker. So there you go. Anyway, it is time for Guess the Gooner. I am going to give you 5 clues about an ex or current Arsenal player, and you have to guess who that player is in the chat. First person to get it right wins the immense pride and respect of the Rory Talks Football community. So get your fingers on your keyboards because we are starting now. Clue number 1, this player joined Arsenal in 2019. Clue number 1, this player joined Arsenal in 2019. Clue number 2, they scored 41 goals in 174 games. Clue number 2, they scored 41 goals in 174 games. Clue number 3, they made their Arsenal debut at 18 years old against Forest. Clue number 3, they made their Arsenal debut at 18 years old against Forest. Clue number 4, they are currently at Copa America. Clue number 4, they are currently at Copa America. And clue number 5, they signed from Ituano for £6 million. Clue number 5, they signed from Ituano for £6 million. Plenty of you have got it. Who got it first? I've got a feeling there's going to be backlash. I think we're going to have... Look, there's going to be VAR here. There's going to be VAR. Ultra Pro Gamer was the first person to say anything correct with Gabby. Now, Ultra Pro Gamer, you need to be honest. Did you mean Gabby Martinelli? We are requiring honesty. We are requiring honesty from Ultra Pro Gamer as to whether Gabby Martinelli is the obviously correct answer. But did Ultra Pro Gamer mean that? Now, the first person to say Martinelli was Rick James. Rick James was the first person to say Martinelli. That was followed by Alex Suter, Ethan Udall in 3rd, Matthew in 4th, and Anna Simos. But it's all down to Ultra Pro Gamer. No, Ultra Pro Gamer has been honest. He meant Gabriel Magazine. Good old Gabriel Magazine was who he meant. So there you go. Do you know what? Top 10 respect moments in football for Ultra Pro Gamer. Top 10 respect moments. Because he's been honest. And for that reason, the winner is Rick James. Congratulations, Rick James. I believe that is the first time you've ever won, Rick. So, congratulations. Did I not say Martinelli at the start? Oh, fucking hell, there we go. Pekka, if you're sending me on a wild goose chase here, I will not be happy. And if you did say Martinelli right at the start, I'll also not be happy. No. We are not having that. That is a disgrace to the game. You cannot type You cannot type 5 players in one message at the start of the game. Pekka, you are on the verge of a sin bin for that. That's criminal. And you sent me all the way back up to look at that nonsense. That is that. Where does it say it's illegal? Where does it say it's illegal? I said it's illegal. This is what the Premier League are dealing with. You, Pekka, you're acting like bloody Chelsea's owners and Villa's owners and Everton's owners. That is not in good faith. That might not be written in the rule book, but that is not a good faith move. You are not acting in good faith. I don't want to have to write a long old rule book for this. I rely on you, the people, to act in good faith. But that is a disgrace. I can't believe you've done that, Pekka. I can't believe you've done that. Unbelievable. Suspension. People want suspension here. People are calling for your head here, Pekka. People are calling for your head. Outrageous behaviour. Ban. Look at this. Some people want a full-on ban. Paul Pogba style. Ethan, thank you for the 1.99 super chat. Opinions on what McLean said about Rice. Firstly, massive thanks for the super chat. It's incredibly generous. McLean's an idiot, mate. He's just jealous. Like, ultimately, he's just jealous. It's a player that represented Ireland and then knew that he could go and represent a better country. So, yeah, it's just steeped in... Like, McLean hates England as well, by the way. Pure jealousy. Trixie has become a member for 1 month as well. And he's used that membership announcement, right? First of all, Trixie, thank you very, very much for becoming a member. But he has used his announcement to pile on top of Pekka. Pekka, tut. That's hilarious, man. Tony game banned for this. And I don't disagree. But it's not hilarious. That is not hilarious. We can't make a mockery of this. We can't make a mockery of this sport. We will not make a mockery of this sport. The people are angry. The people are angry. It's a disgrace. Anyway, it is time for Guess the Non-Gooner. I'm going to give you the entire career path of a player who does not and has not played for Arsenal, and you have to guess who that player is in the chat. First person to get it right wins the immense pride and respect of the Rory Talks Football community, but not as much respect as Rick currently has. This player started their career at the Aston Villa Youth Academy. They started their career at the Aston Villa Youth Academy. They went to Manchester City. They went to Everton on loan. They went to Everton permanently. They went to West Brom permanently. Villa Academy, Man City, Everton on loan, Everton permanently, West Bromwich Albion. Make sure I don't get VAR checked. Make sure we don't get VAR checked. And the winner is Fizzy. Fizzy has won it. It was indeed Gareth Barry. Mr. Adam was second. Sportcat was third. Ethan Udall was fourth. And Oslo Guna was fifth. So there you go. Congratulations to Fizzy. Congratulations to Rick on winning Guess the Gooner. And there you go. VAR? No, surely not. Where's the VAR? Oscar said Barella. He's not getting a VAR check for Barella. That's a different person. No VAR check. No VAR check. Mr. Adam for me. We're not in this situation again, are we? I promise you, Mr. Adam on my screen. I promise you, Mr. Adam on my screen is below. He is the comment below Fizzy on my screen. I'll take a picture of it. It'll go in the Discord. You can look. All I can go on is what's on my screen. I've taken a picture of it. I'll send it into the VAR review room on the Discord. Here we go. It's going in there. This is mine. This is what I'm seeing. There we go. There we go. I can only give what's on my screen. I can only give what's on my screen. So I have the superior internet. If we know anything, it's that I've got the best internet here. So you know what I mean. Adam, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate, Adam. But there you go. Anyway, look, that is going to be the end of the stream. I massively appreciate all of you for joining. If you could click a like on the way out if you enjoyed the stream, subscribe if you're new. I will be back live in about half an hour over on Tifo. Link is down in the description for the watch along of tonight's game. Look, if you want to keep continuing to argue with VAR here, you can go and do it on Tifo later. But until then, I'll be back tomorrow on YouTube. I'll be live tonight on Twitch as well if you like the Twitch streams. Carrying on with the Walking Dead. That's going badly for anyone that's interested. And yeah, other than that, have a fantastic evening and goodbye.